So I am Jason Kappen, and at Kappen Tree Service, I am operations manager and then also owner partner of the business itself. In our line of work, tree work is anything to do with the tree. So we do planting trees, we will actually take care of trees as far as plant health care. So we'll treat trees if they're sick, we'll come in and we'll trim trees. And whether it's a small ornamental tree or just shrubs, you name it, we'll trim it, we'll beautify it, and we'll try to make it healthy the best we can. We'll also come in and remove dead and diseased trees or danger trees, whether it's a residential property or not. We also do a lot of work for line clearance. So we work for the utilities. So when I say line clearance, what we do is we come in and we remove the branches and the trees that are around the lines. That way we don't have any outages. So we're trying to keep reliability for everybody's electric. And then we also do a lot for growth. We do a lot of lot clearing and road clearing for, expanding of the roads. Also growth as far as factories and different things like that. So we'll come in and we'll be the first ones to come in and clear out the trees and remove the stumps so that they can actually do their building. We service all of Lower Michigan. The majority of our work consists in the thumb of Michigan, and then also kind of like 8 Mile north. We do go all the way down to Ohio, and then we go all the way across to Kalamazoo and Muskegon, and then up to Mackinac City as well. The history of Kappen Tree Service started back in the 90s. My brother Warren and his wife Crystal, they used to do some tree work on the side. I was in high school. I had some time after school and on the weekends, so my brother confronted me and asked if we wanted to start doing some tree work together. So about 1994 is when we partnered together, and then we started doing tree work, just doing tree work in the area for people we knew, and then the word of mouth that just spread across the thumb rapidly. So we were busier than what we could handle. We ended up picking up another bucket truck, as well as we had a utility called Thumb Electric Cooperative that confronted us about possibly doing some work for them. At that point, that was our first line clearance contract, and after that, we ended up going through and getting a contract with DTE Energy. And then a few years later, DTE ended up selling their transmission lines to ITC. Those are the three main utilities that we work for. And then we also still take care of a lot of homeowners and residential in the area. And then we also do a lot for the county road commissions and city municipalities. When we look at what we provide to the community, the first thing we provide, I think, is a sustainable job. And it's not just a job, it's a profession. And at that point, we consider this a profession that they can actually make a good livelihood, support their family. It's not a stepping stone. It's something that they can do until they retire. Because we offer a full retirement, they got the full health care, and it just takes care of their family. And we think we offer a very good wage as well. And then on top of that, we give back to a lot of the communities that we work in. So we help from, rescuing cats for the people that have issues, as far as also, decorating Christmas trees when it comes Christmas time. We donate to a lot of, the sports programs. We fix a ton of lights when it comes to, baseball fields and such things like that, because our equipment is specialized and not many people can do that. We have roughly 600 pieces of equipment. With that much equipment, we have to have really trained mechanic staff that's readily available to keep the equipment going and to rebuild it. With the work that we do, it's really hard on the equipment. The operators, they're pretty unique because we have a lot of specialized equipment, such as the Cinnabogans that have a telescopic boom, and at the end of the boom is a grapple head with a chainsaw on it. It can actually grab the log, cut it, and then you can bring it down and you can set it in the chipper or wherever you want it without having to physically climb the tree or go up in a bucket truck and have somebody in the way of harm's way. That's pretty neat. And then also some of the large chippers we have whole tree chippers that are on tracks, self-propelled. We have whole tree chippers that are on tracks that are remote control. We have large chippers that will actually grind a 4-foot log, along with tub grinders and horizontal grinders. So it's pretty neat, some of the equipment that we have out here that a lot of the guys get to use. So when you're an operator, instead of just sitting in a excavator all day or something like that, a lot of our operators get to bounce around to a lot of different equipment, and they get to experience a lot of different stuff. We also have a planning staff that goes out in front of our crews, and they talk to all the customers. After talking to the customers, they put into a tough book all the trees that need to be trimmed, all the trees that need to be removed, and then all the sections of brush that need to be either trimmed or removed as well. They're actually the foundation of our process. They can make or break how well the rest of the visit goes with that customer when we're on site. And then we also have herbicide applicators that go through and they treat the stumps after the trees are cut down. They go through and they treat a lot of the brush that's growing in the right-of-ways, and then they also treat the substations for the utilities as well. To briefly explain what the typical day would be for a Kappen Tree Service employee would be, they would show up at one of our yards, whether it's one of our locations that we own or it's a rented yard somewhere across the state. At that point, that's where we have all the equipment parked. All the employees show up there, they pick teams, and then they jump in the equipment and they go out to the job site. And they work together as a team until the day is complete, and then they come back to the yard. So at Kappen Tree, we feel that all of our employees are a member of the team, and even more so the family. We're a family-owned business, but our service and our company reaches out to more than just, our family within it. It's an outreach to all of our employees that they're part of the family. That's the feel that we'd like to portray, and I think that that's also, we get a lot of feedback that our employees feel that as well. We have a lot of employees that have retired here, and then we also have a lot that's been here for 20 plus years. We lose some people to go to line work. Other than that, our longevity here is just a tree service. We feel is really, really high. Because, like I said, we respect each and every one of them for what they do, and it's a full team effort because everybody has their own weight to pull within the team, and that's what keeps our whole team successful. It's pretty neat that we have a apprenticeship program that we're tied in with Local 17, IBW. And within that apprenticeship, they can earn a journeyman's card. That journeyman's card, they can take it anywhere in the US and even in the world. And it's recognized that they are a line clearance tree trimmer. There's not very many locations in the world that you can actually get this apprenticeship and get that journeyman's card. So we feel very fortunate that we're a member of Local 17 IBW, and we're allowed to offer that to all of our employees. As our employees hire in, if they like what they do and they want to join the apprenticeship, then they're so apt to. And then it's roughly a 2.5, 3-year apprenticeship program, and then they top out. And at that point, I think that is a really, really good deal for them. When we're looking at a new employee, the first thing we do is we bring them to our training facility here. And the first thing we ask them is what they expect out of Kappen Tree Service. At that point, that's when we realize, if they're afraid of heights, then they don't want to be a tree trimmer. But they can still have a lot of opportunity here, whether it's an operator or a planner or mechanic, so be it. But the biggest thing we look for is honesty. So if we get honesty from the employee and then a hard work ethic, that's all we ask for here at Kappen Tree Service. To work at Kappen Tree Service, there's no experience needed. And honestly, some of the best tree trimmers we have here have come in with no experience, and we've trained them from the ground up. We feel that sometimes learning it the right way the first time versus learning it the wrong way the first time and then having to correct a bad habit is really difficult. That being said, we have all the training here at our training facility, along with the training that Local 17 IBW provides for the apprenticeship, and then we continue to train even after the apprenticeship is over. If you want to apply to Kappen Tree Service to get a job, there's 2 different ways to do that. One is you can send an application directly to us, or you can come to our office, one of our facilities. The other way is to sign the books at Local 17 IBW down in Southfield, Michigan. The best way I can say the future Kappen Tree Service is the sky's the limit. Just as we trim trees, we climb higher and higher. Some trees are higher than others. We have better years than others, but there's a lot of work out there, and the nicest thing that we see is trees continue to grow. If we don't have trees, we wouldn't be alive. The other thing is that right now in the world, the electrical grid is so important with everything going towards EVs, battery operated equipment, that we need the grid more now than ever. And with the utility line clearance that we do, it is very, very imperative that we are here to provide that service.